Welcome back, my dear sweet friends. My name is Emmy, my husband is Paul, and you're watching the channel Frugal Money Saver. Today, we are going to be sharing with you 15 inflation-fighting foods. Most of them are whole foods that are a great buy regardless whether they are on sale or not. And we're going to make a Depression-era peanut butter bread with a recipe, I think, from 1932. Simple, easy, delicious. So if this sounds good to you, please stick around. First off, we hope this video finds you safe and well. We are so excited that you have joined us. If you're new here, click that subscribe button, come on in and join the best group of subscribers anywhere on YouTube. You all are. You're the best. So let's get right into this video today. These 15 foods, most of them are whole foods actually, and their price per ounce is pretty amazing. They are not a complete diet, nothing like that, but these are supplemental foods that are inexpensive that you can add to your menu plan every week. Most of them are versatile and have many ways you can use them, which makes it a plus as well. Now, of course, if you have food restrictions, all of them on the list are not going to work for you, but hopefully you'll be able to use some of them. Now, most of them are common ingredients, but I think we need to look at them now as money-saving ingredients and foods to enhance our meal planning that we should be doing every week. So let's get right to the 15 list before we get into the kitchen. The prices for the foods I got from my local ShopRite, but prices do fluctuate. Different areas of our country and of course in other countries, they will vary. But these are pretty good low-priced items. So the first item is oats. Oats has got to be one of the most versatile grains. You can use them for oatmeal, for breads, for granola bars. Oats come to about 11 cents an ounce. So that is price per pound really good. And it is a healthy food filled with fiber. And these are in no particular order, but oats is our first. The next one is peanut butter. I'm going to show you how to make bread with peanut butter today. It's filled with protein. The amount of sugar in the brand you buy will vary, so if you want to keep that into consideration. Great food for sandwiches, for flavoring sauces, for cookies. Peanut butter comes in at about 12 cents an ounce. Another great bargain. Our next one is canned pumpkin. I think we forget about canned pumpkin and eating those kind of pumpkin flavored foods outside of the autumnal season. Don't stop there. Pumpkin is nutrient rich. Now don't get pumpkin pie filling. You're going to want to get just canned pumpkin. And that will run you about 10 cents an ounce. So another great deal. Pumpkin can be used in cooking, cookies, breads. You can make it as a vegetable. Just look up recipes for canned pumpkin. You can make them savory or you can make them sweet. Another great item to keep stocked up on. Apples and applesauce. They run about 6 to 8 cents an ounce. Another great versatile food. You can use applesauce in place of oil in cooking and baking. For flavoring, for just a bowl of applesauce, you can add it to your oatmeal. Apples, great fiber-rich food as a snack, cut up with peanut butter. So many ways to use those items. Another item that we should be picking up right now. Dried beans are another great economical choice for food. They come in around 9 cents an ounce. Now, Paul and I are not big bean eaters, but I always say to you, if there is a food out there, no matter how inexpensive it is, if you don't enjoy it or you're not going to eat it and it's going to go bad or you're going to end up tossing it, then no matter how cheap it is, you don't buy it. If you're not going to eat it, it will only go to waste. I wish we did like them more. But for those of you who do and eat them regularly, they are a great, great frugal, inflation-busting food. Lettuce and greens in our area are pricing in about $1.99 a bunch. They're not even doing it by pound in our area. So I'm talking kale, escarole, romaine lettuce. So what I do is find the biggest bunches and weigh them. And whichever one weighs the most, that's the one that comes home with us. Use them up quickly when you buy them. Don't let them rot. If Paul makes a salad, what he does is after the salad is prepared, he takes one of our elusive napkins and he will lay it on top of the salad and then put the cover on. And that napkin absorbs the moisture and keeps the salad fresher longer. And don't forget how wonderful these greens are cooked. Escarole with beans, like I have shown you here on the channel. Escarole sauteed with just some olive oil and garlic. Kale in soups, sauteed, baked kale chips. All wonderful, healthy, frugal buys. Another one we can't forget is chicken. For a good economical source of protein, chicken usually wins. When it comes in around 99 cents a pound, and you usually can find that price on the thighs, legs, and whole chickens. Great economical source of protein. Don't even get me started on the many, many recipes you can make with chicken. Just go to my playlist, the chicken category, and you will see how many chicken recipes I have posted right here on this channel. It is one of the most versatile meats that you can stretch. So many ways you can use it. In tacos, in casseroles, in salads, in sandwiches. I mean, the list just goes on and on. What an amazing protein, and it stretches very, very far. Even the bones can be utilized to make amazing, healthy broths and stocks. Except for chicken wings. Stay away from chicken wings. They're about $4 a pound. Eggs are another economical source of protein. 16 cents an egg on average. They've been hovering around $1.99 a dozen here. They could even be cheaper in your area. Don't just think of eggs as a breakfast food. You can add egg to your stir fries, eggs to soup, egg drop soup, frittatas for dinner, omelets for dinner. Eggs are so versatile and super economical. Cabbage is another great buy. Right now it's coming in about 5 cents an ounce here. And now that St. Patrick's Day is coming up, that is going to drop even more. You're going to get cabbage probably about 30 cents a pound, which would be amazing. You can eat cabbage raw in salads, coleslaw, put it in soups, stuff it with chopped meat, cut it up and saute it with potatoes and a little bit of bacon or ham. Again, such a versatile, low-cost, healthy vegetable. The humble carrot comes in at about 5 cents an ounce. And I think we need to get out of the headset that carrots are only used for salads. You can roast them. You can saute them. You can grate them into breads. You can add them to tomato sauce instead of sugar to sweeten the sauce up just a little bit. Carrots are another economical, super healthy veggie. Cheese. Now I know some people, cheese is so expensive. But think, when you can get a pound of cheese for $4, and that is a pretty common price. Now, I'm not talking about processed cheese food. I am talking about like a block of cheddar or a block of Swiss, something like that. They will go down to $4 a pound. Usually you can get an 8-ounce package of a block of cheese for $1.99. That comes out to be 25 cents an ounce. Cheese is, I think, a staple of life. I think cheese is one of my favorite foods, hands down. Cheese and crackers, cheese and bread, cheese and apples, grilled cheese sandwich. The possibilities are endless when it comes to cheese. It is a flavor booster and a flavor enhancer. Keep an eye out when that cheese goes down to about $4 a pound. Rice. You knew I was going to say rice. Rice comes out to about 6 cents an ounce. You can use rice in savory dishes to bulk up your meat, to bulk up casseroles, to add to tacos. Rice is that kind of item that just stretches so many different ways. You can also make sweet rice, rice pudding. I think we forget about these old-timey recipes that we used to have growing up all the time. But as far as savory, rice's possibilities are endless. So that's another great staple to keep on hand. The next economical food choice are bananas. They come in around 50 cents a pound. So an average banana costs you about 15 cents. What an amazing snack food. And it's portable. It comes in its own carrying case. You can use bananas in cooking. You can use bananas in cereals, in oatmeals, in breads, muffins, cakes. Bananas are a great source of potassium. And now I know people will say, well, bananas are super high in sugar. Yes, everything in moderation. Another food, now some of you may say, what? No, that's not a healthy food. Sugar. And I am the first one to say, use less sugar, use less sugar. But coming in at 4 cents an ounce as a sweetener, sugar really is a very economical purchase right now. And again, if a recipe calls for a cup, use a half a cup. If a recipe calls for a half a cup, use a quarter a cup. Think of how much you are really using, and you can control the amount of sugar you use. But as far as a baking ingredient and a sweetener, sugar comes in as a great economical buy. The next, flour. Flour comes in at about 35 cents a pound. This is one of the most versatile ingredients. Yes, you should need a ton of white flour, and I'm not telling you to. As an add-in ingredient when you bake, to make breads, cookies, cakes, flour does come in as a great economical choice. Oops, we forgot to add the amazing versatile food product called pasta. It comes in at around 6 cents an ounce. I don't know how I forgot. Now I'm going to give an honorable mention to the humble potato, because when a potato is on sale, it is a great bang for your buck. When I can get my 5 pounds of potatoes for $1.49 or even $1.99 for 5 pounds, well, that's a great deal. But unfortunately, the price of potatoes has been fluctuating so much that it's hard to say this week if it's really a great deal, where the other items have been pretty consistent within the last few months, hovering around the prices I mentioned. We hope this was helpful. Again, this is not a complete diet. These are just items you may want to add into your meal plan, because they are some great frugal economic choices. So now we're going to turn this camera around, get into the kitchen. A 1932 peanut butter bread from the Great Depression. So if this sounds good to you, come into the kitchen with us and let's get to cooking. We are going to make peanut butter bread from the Great Depression era cookbook, circa 1932, 5 Roses Flour Cookbook. I'm very excited to try this, and I know a lot of you are comfortable with quick breads, meaning breads that don't have yeast in them. So I thought this would be a really great one to try. It's a very simple, basic, to the point recipe, as most of them were back in that era. So we're going to need 2 cups of flour, 4 teaspoons of baking powder. please check the date on your baking powder. Baking powder has got to be within date and nice and fresh for our baked goods to become light and fluffy. We also need a 1/4 cup of sugar, and I am going to use the whole 1/4 cup because the 1/2 cup of peanut butter we need. Ours does not have any salt or sugar in it. It is just plain ground peanuts. So I am going to add a full 1/4 cup of sugar, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and we're going to need 1 1/3 cups milk. And that is it. I've got an 8-inch loaf pan that I just finished greasing with my butter wrapper. Don't forget, when you're done with your butter, put your wrappers in the refrigerator to keep them fresh. And when you need to grease something, just pull one out and use it. This way you're not wasting a paper napkin, a paper towel. Perfect. We're going to start by mixing our dry ingredients. 2 cups of flour, 4 teaspoons of the baking powder. Got just about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And now I'm just gonna whisk this all together. And this is just regular all-purpose flour. Now I could cream the peanut butter and sugar together, but we're going to be rebels and mix everything in one bowl. So that's my 1/2 cup of peanut butter. And the peanut butter you use is definitely going to make a difference. This is a crunchy, no salt, no sugar. It's just peanuts, ground. But if you're using a commercial brand that has sugar in it, you can always decrease the 1/4 cup we're adding. Being that ours has no sugar in it, I'm putting the whole 1/4 cup because I think that's really going to elevate it a little bit. And we're going to add 1 1/3 cups milk. Now I'm a little scared, honestly, that I put this all in one bowl, but we're going to make it work. If you notice again, this recipe has no oil and it has no eggs. What you're using is the oil from the peanut butter. Now the trick to this is we don't want to overmix it, as with any quick bread. I just switch to a spatula to get underneath it. And I also use chunky peanut butter because we just prefer that peanut bite, the crunch of the peanut. Now I can imagine adding a couple of chocolate chips to this would be absolutely amazing, but we are sticking with the original Depression era recipe just to make it a little more authentic. I'm sure we could have used more peanut butter even, but I think this, just the way it is going to be wonderful. So as I continued to mix it, it definitely got very stiff, as you can see. Let me get it in the pan. So I wrestled it into this pan. It is a very thick, stiff dough. I think this is going to be amazing. My oven is preheated to 325 degrees. Now we're going to let this cook for about an hour and then we'll check it. I am so thankful that you are in the kitchen with me today cooking. With everything going on right now, our hearts and our prayers are with the Ukraine at this time, of course. Just to have you all come into the kitchen and spend some time with us warms our heart. I think you can agree with that, right,
absolutely.
Paul?
Absolutely.
So, yeah, let's get this in the oven. Look at this bread. I just took it out of the oven. 325 degrees for 1 hour. I have to say, just the look of this bread is comforting. It looks rustic. It looks homemade. I am so pleased the way this turned out. I'm going to let it cool in the pan for 15 minutes and then transfer it to a wire rack to cool completely. I let it cool for 15 minutes. It slid right out. It's still warm. Look at this. I'm amazed, actually. I did not think it would be as good as it is right now, honestly. So we're going to let it cool completely, as hard as that is, before we cut it. And then we'll cut it, we'll let you know. The moment of truth. We are going to cut into our peanut butter bread. Slicing, beautiful. It smells like a peanut butter cookie. All right, I'm not kidding you. Wow. All right, I'm going to cut another piece. I'll eat the end. I'll give Paul a middle piece.
Well, here we go. We're going to try the peanut butter bread. Wow. It's not very sweet. It has a subtle peanut butter flavor to it. This would be great in the morning with a little butter warmed, or you could even put jelly on it, like a peanut butter and jelly bread sandwich.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah,
How's the texture?
The texture's beautiful. It's very, it's moist.
So what do you think? A win?
Yes, I think it's a win. Definitely.
You can do so much with that peanut butter bread. Were you expecting the peanut butter bread to taste that good?
No, I wasn't. I didn't, you think of peanut butter as, peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but baked in the bread, it was awesome. It was really good.
It was surprising how light it was too. I was thinking it was going to be much more dense and heavy, but wow, there is so much you could do with it. Toast it. I was thinking put some bananas on it, cinnamon. Oh, it was really good. What a great bread, honestly. So we hope this video blessed you. We hope it encouraged you to look at common everyday food items and think of how else can you use them? How else can they be used to stretch your food dollar? And we hope these 15 were just your jumping off point. Now, today's question of the day that I need you to answer down in the bottom, please, if you would, what is your one go-to economical food item that you can rely on, for cutting costs, making great meals, and stretching your dollar? Please share that down below, because this was only the tip of the iceberg. There are so many great frugal foods out there. Talking about foods close to their natural state that you use on a weekly basis that save you money. Please share that down below. It helps not only us, but the rest of our viewers as well. And we appreciate when you share like that. So thank you again for spending time with us. We are about 200 subscribers away from 20,000. If you are watching this and you have not subscribed yet, come on, click that little button and become part of our family. I have a giveaway I want to do. Come on, let's get to that 20,000 mark. We would so appreciate it. And if you would be so kind, please give this a big thumbs up. We love you so much. We appreciate you. We ask you to stay safe. We ask you to stay well, please. Remember, we love you, and above all, we wish you blessings. Stay tuned one more second, because we went to see Paul's parents, and I have a precious, precious clip of Dixie and Paul's dad, Bruce. We want to share with you. So until our next video, we love you. See you soon. Bye-bye.